Hello, everybody. This is your host, Vic. And today, for the next episode of Clone Calamity, we have the Kernom Ridge. This is a hefty boy here. So, the Kernom Ridge, going by its manual here, it's essentially an overdrive that is meant to do, just all overdrives here. Yeah. It is hyper tweakable and has tons of different moods where essentially when going through here you're going from ultra dynamic, clean boost, transparent and organic overdrive, expressive mid boost overdrive, articulate high gain monster, and fuzzy overdrive tones. The original tone I was using was just this on the ASM Hydrasynth, and of course very nice. And it says this can recreate the legendary tones of the Tube Screamer, King of Tone, and the Klon Centaur, along with many more, which is why I got this one for the series. So using the cheat sheet that they have here, let's go to... Okay, they have a cheat sheet for what apparently matches the Klon Centaur. So, what's this say here? And it says right here it's about a Klon. So... yeah, it has the same sort of grit, so that's actually pretty nice. So what's cool about this is that it has the pre and post tone. So essentially, the pre-tone lets you go and add body if you're going towards the left, or cut bass by turning to the right, and the post tone darkens by adding to the left and brightens by turning to the right. So if I wanted a ton of body, I would do this all the way to the left, and then if I wanted a lot of body that's very dark, which very bad sunburn, I can go ahead and go all the way to the left. So double up on the dark, and then the drive gets up to 20 decibels of clean gain, and then the mids is the mid. So I'll just keep that the mid. But let's just start doing the knobs. I'm going to keep the same tone, and then we're going to cycle everything on each of the 5 sections of that. And I think that'll be the best way to go about this. So let's see if we can find some noise now. There is an excessively minute thing, and it's not even there permanently. If anything, just by the gain circuits, it might legitimately just be picking up. Yeah, because this is just overdriven to fuzz. It's funny, on the Klon setting area, it can get the Klon hiss. That's funny. It depends on where it is. So on the mid boost and the organic sides, we're getting noise. So this is clean. Mid, there is noise as if it's the Klon, obviously. This is the mid, transparent mid area. Yeah, and then the high gain obviously has the most noise, and then the fuzz has nothing. Very nice. So I'm going to dial in another tone, then we'll do some playing, then we'll get into the points. So that was playing the original tone was just, which obviously you can tell by how low it is, this really pulled its weight. Very nice. So before we get into the points, I do have to say this channel is sponsored by DefCloud. DefCloud is a small family-run business within the state of California. At time of filming, they have over 700 positive reviews and a very responsive staff. I was a customer of theirs before they decided to sponsor me. I do greatly appreciate that you can go there and find many a good sale and many boutique items that you wouldn't find in any other store. Tell them that Vic sent you. They would greatly appreciate the business, as again, it is hard at times to compete with larger stores, but I find smaller businesses are a lot better as you can get a much more personal touch and a much more responsive staff. Once again, thank you for sponsoring the channel, and back to the video. So, construction. This thing's all metal. It feels like a brick. I feel like I can throw this against the wall and still drive nails with it and then beat someone over the head with it. 5 out of 5. This is insanely strong. This is awesome. This is a great pedal. 5 out of 5 construction. I thought at first these would be slippery, but whatever coating they put on them is a really good coating. This is amazing. Not going to fault anything on this. Great job. The tone itself, because it is essentially not just a Klon, it does a lot more out of it. It's definitely up there. This is one of the most tweakable overdrives I have had. The only problem I have with it is that while it does have bass and a lot of different things I can work with, a lot of the parts is it's still mid-forward. If they made a version 2 that wasn't just mid, like say if there's also just a dedicated bass knob, dedicated treble knob, all that, like low, mids, highs, and all that, then it would get more points. But as it stands, I do like it. I'm going to put this at least like a 4.7. If it had more than just mid, I would give more than that. I understand the pre and the post tone have more tweaking on that, but you understand what I'm saying. If you're into music and all that, you can get where I'm coming from. So in total, I will give this a 4.87545 out of 5. Great job. Once again, this has been your host, Nick. Go ahead and like the video if you like the video, or just go ahead and like it just because you're helping me out because I don't know what the algorithm is, and go ahead and leave a comment to say hi, hello, or just go ahead and leave a comment on anything you think I may have missed in terms of this Clone Calamity series. I have 106 clones that I have to get through, and sometimes the number will grow. At the end of this, I will be doing all the clones together on the same pedal board to make the most Klon sound ever. That requires a lot of Chalk's power, so please go down to my merch store and go ahead and either buy some merch or donate money to me. All my designs are my own, and I do draw them myself. No AI is involved in this. If you do wish for AI involvement, you can try and pretend you are doing AI while buying my items by turning on every faucet in your house while clicking purchase. Anyways, thanks again for watching the channel, and go ahead and share this around to anyone you think would be interested in Klon clones or synths. Thanks for watching. This has once again been your host, Vic. Bye.